Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, and that means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and I sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Thursday, July 25th, Christmas in July, super fun. This is actually all the sales that I had for the last 5 days. So I've been on vacation. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through. But I have 21 items to ship out. Buckle up. It's going to be a long one. I don't know why I said that. That's so weird. It's going to be a long one though. So you might want to get a cup of coffee, maybe a tea, maybe a snack, maybe get some stuff out to photograph while you're listening / watching. My gross sales amount was $599.64. If you stick around to the end, I will tell you what my total profit was while I was away on vacation, not working. Yeah, 21 items. My average sell price for these items was $28.55. So this is bread and butter type stuff, right? I do have 2 items that sold pretty high, not astronomically, and a couple lower priced items. But yeah, let's start. You don't want to hear me talk about nothing. You want to hear me talk about what I sold. So this is a dress, super cute little like knee length, very flouncy. It has all these little hearts on it. Really cute kind of novelty. And the brand is Torrid. I do have like 2 giant stacks of stuff here, so it's like trying not to get it in my way. So I searched Torrid heart dress, which is kind of, okay. I work in my garage and my doors are open because it's hot out and I needed some breeze. Anyway, Torrid heart dress has an average sell price of $19.74 and a 21% sell-through rate. Now, there are 3 or 4 different Torrid items in here. Torrid is definitely one of those brands for me that I would consider a bread and butter brand. Now, bread and butter to me means, you know, something that I can sell between like $15 and $25 that's going to pretty consistently sell for me, where I'm going to consistently make money on that. I don't know what it means to other people, but that's kind of how I define bread and butter. All right. This dress sold for $22.37 on eBay. They also paid shipping, so they actually paid a ridiculous amount of shipping. They paid a total of $38.07. I'm not really sure what happened there. I do calculated shipping, and so sometimes I do make a little money on the shipping if it sounds weird, like what I'm telling you versus my profit. But when I tell you the profit, it's what the buyer paid total minus any fees, minus my cost of goods, and minus any shipping that I have to pay. So my profit on this is $19.99. I did buy this dress when I was in Pigeon Forge and Sevierville in April. I went on a trip with my husband. I spent $3.75, took 3 months to sell. $20 profit, I'm okay with that. All right, this is something I actually look out for in the spring and summer, and it's like a Hawaiian shirt and also Hawaiian dresses. This one is Havana Jacks, and it is silk. So Havana Jacks silk, and I'm seeing that there is a hole in it. I wonder if I noted that. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up just to make sure, but I'll set it to the side. Okay, Havana Jacks Hawaiian silk shirts have an average sale price of $25.47 and a 50% sell-through rate. So 50% means half of all the items that have been sold and listed in the last 90 days, or that have been listed in the last 90 days, have sold. So if there were 100 listed, 50 have sold, and there are 50 still listed currently. So some people might say that's 100% sell-through rate. I do it where the sell-through rate is the amount of items sold divided by the amount of items listed and sold together. So this sold for $29.96. Yeah, I can't imagine that I saw that whole for listing it for $30. They must have used my 15% off coupon that I always have on my store, plus shipping. They paid a total of $31.62. I paid 50 cents for it 3 months ago at just what I call my favorite thrift store, and my profit is $21.72. Honey, I have a lot to do. I need to go fast. That, of course, is, you know, if I didn't mess up, which I may have. Sometimes I did. Do you have a little boo-boo? Okay.
No, it's like a little scar and it looks like an applesauce.
It looks like an applesauce?
No, like if you feel it, it's crinkly.
Yeah, okay. This is the brand Charlie Page. I have no idea what this brand is, but this is a linen dress, and let's see. Yeah, it's like midi length. It's just very like basic plain dress. It does have pockets, which is always a bonus. I love selling linen. I actually love wearing linen, and so I find it a lot because I like that texture and feel. Charlie Page linen, it's a linen blend dress, has an average sale price of $19.17 and a 20% sell-through rate. I sold for $20 on Poshmark. It did take 2 months to sell.
5 years.
And I paid 50 cents for it at my favorite thrift store. It took 2 months to sell. I don't know if I said that. My profit ends up being $15.50. This did sell on Poshmark, so I'm going to use a priority flat rate envelope. I usually use Tyvek, but I'm out, and actually just right before I started filming, I ordered some more because I keep forgetting. I've been out for a while, but I keep forgetting to order them. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's helpful.
She's a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. Yep. I am. If you are new here, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 kids. I homeschool. I mean, it's summer, so we're not doing that right now, but it is a general rule. And this is something that I do on the side to make some extra money for our family.
Do they look
This is, do they look what?
Do they look pretty?
Yes, they look beautiful. This is a dress. It's kind of a like faux wrap style, almost kind of a cross front. This is the brand Betsy Johnson. So this dress specifically is not something that's very exciting. But Betsy Johnson dresses, I just did a very basic search. The average sale price was $60.65, but only 14% sell-through rate. I added solid because Betsy Johnson is kind of known for like wild kind of print stuff. That changed things significantly, but still. The average sale price was $49.01 and a 10% sell-through rate. But we got to remember that an average is just an average, right? So there were items that sold for $4.25 and dresses that sold for $299. That's the range. That's like a $300 difference, right? This particular dress I priced at $30 and took a $20 offer. So they paid $33.60, which again, I don't know why this is so expensive with this calculated shipping. I feel like last week it was great, but this week it's just super high. No, that's not bad. Anyway, I bought this for $5 in Pigeon Forge at a different store than when I bought the other one, the tour dress, but still, I paid $5 for it. I'm getting so distracted already. That's not good. My profit is $16.30. So that's okay. Not bad. All right. This is a sports bra and it's kind of strappy, see, and this has a little moon on it. The brand is Zaya Active, which is an MLM brand, which I find that sometimes MLM brands sell. I sold quite a few Zaya things last year, but I haven't sold anything this year. I also haven't found much. So a Zaya sports bra has an average sale price of $12.61 and a 19% sell-through rate. So it's not high at all. However, if I found another one for, you know, 50 cents, $1, something like that, I probably would still buy it. I do like selling bras. They're really easy to photograph and list and store. And so I don't mind a lower profit on those. But this sold for $10 plus shipping. It did take 5 months to sell. They paid a total of $16. I bought it at the bins where you pay by the pound. Yeah, I know you love the bins. So I average my bras to be, about $1. In reality, probably paid less than that for it. But my profit is $8.06.
And $100.
$100? I wish. I wish.
$100 for all your stuff. Then you'll get rich, rich, rich.
All my stuff? Oh my. All right, this is a sweatshirt and it has these like embroidered boots on it. It says kick up your heels. And it's the brand Quacker Factory, which, let's see, I think this one might be vintage, but I'm not positive on that. That like little duck label generally is kind of vintage, but it's made in China, and oftentimes the vintage Quacker Factory stuff is made in the US. Okay, so I am gonna find all sorts of little fuzzies all over this thing, and I hate lint rollers. I just don't think they work very well. So Quacker Factory sweatshirts that are embroidered have an average sale price of $21.22 and a 20% sell-through rate. Quacker Factory was a brand that when I first started reselling sold really fast and like just consistently for like $15 to $25, just depending on what it was.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. And then it kind of just stopped selling for me. So I still have a lot, but my sell-through rate on that brand has slowed down a lot, actually. It's slowed down a lot. Anyway, oh, that's okay. There's ebbs and flows with reselling. Sometimes things, comp really well, and then a month later they don't.
I'm gonna be a reseller when I grow up.
You are? You're gonna be a reseller?
And my video is going to be called Jenn Manter, the best reseller in the whole wide world.
Okay then. All right. This took 16 months to sell. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get too excited about it. It did sell for $18 on Poshmark, and I bought it at the bins. So I average the bins. I average mostly like $2 per item. By bins, it's $1.79 a pound. So it's probably more on the high end of an average, but it's okay. It works out. Yeah. That makes my profit $12.40. I do wrap all my items in tissue paper and put a little thank you sticker on them. When items sell on eBay, they have a choice. The way I have my business policies, my shipping policies set up, they can choose Ground Advantage or Priority. Most people choose Ground Advantage. And so I just use poly mailers that I either buy on Amazon, or I get them, the ones I'm using now, I get them on eBay with my shipping supply coupon. Okay.
What's a coupon?
But this sold on Poshmark, I said. All right. I tell you my profit was $12.40. All right. This is another Poshmark sale, I believe. This is a button-up shirt. It's kind of flannel, but it's Prana. I don't know. This is not a brand that I find very often. I do know we were on vacation with like my in-laws, so my husband's family, we all live in different parts of the United States, but a couple of my brothers-in-law are quite outdoorsy, and one of them had Prana on. Anyway, this is also organic. That's what I was going to say. Prana men's button-ups that are organic have just an average sale price of $13.37 and a 14% sell-through rate. So it's not, I don't know. I think that there are some items in that brand that probably have good sell-through rates, but this was just not one of those. This did sell for $15 on Poshmark. I've had it for 11 months. Again, bought it at the bins for an average of $2, and that makes my profit $10, which is okay. I aim for $15 an item in profit just because I want to value my time. I do have some exceptions to that, like I already talked about bras, hats I don't mind, scrubs I don't mind having a lower cost, kids stuff I don't mind having a lower profit, but sometimes you just, you know, it's an average, right?
Go with the flow.
Gotta go with the flow. That's right, sister. All right, this scarf I have had forever, but it is so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. That's all embroidered. It has fringe on it.
That is pretty.
It's beautiful.
I would have bought that.
I bought it in I didn't buy it. I got it in 2022. And at the beginning of 2024, I went through and got rid of most everything that I had bought in 2022. But there were some things that I didn't want to get rid of, and this was one of it. It was just too pretty. This particular brand, oh, I should show you the tag, I guess. Actually, I probably should. I was like just picking at the one part, but okay. Probably should open it up and look at everything. M-A-N-O-U-K. It is wool. I don't know, a hand-woven wool. Like, I just couldn't get rid of that just because it didn't sell. It needed the right person. So hopefully this will be the right person for it. It's gorgeous. There was no sell-through information on it. Mine was the only one that sold with that brand, so I don't know what that brand is. It did sell for $24.77 plus shipping on eBay, so they paid a total of $32.05, which I think it's worth that. I mean, it's really stinking beautiful. I got it in 2022 in a storage unit. So my sister occasionally gets storage units, and she sells like hard goods out of them sometimes. But she ended up with a storage unit that had a ton of clothes, and she was like, I don't want to deal with all this. And so I got it. She gave it to me. I went there, we went through everything. It was awful. There was some really sad things that we had to throw away. But there were some really, I mean, I made a lot of money off that storage unit. It's been a bit, but I think the last time I did my estimate, it was like close to $3,000 that I made just from the storage unit. And it was all free to me, so it was really exciting. It was a cool, I did a haul on it, and it was long. So, I mean, it's been a couple years, obviously, so you could go back and watch it if you wanted to, but you'd have to dig through and find it. My profit is $21.13 on this. All right. This is one of my favorite brands. And these are just like a pair of joggers. Very soft. Very soft, but also like used. You can tell they're used. It's Pure Jill, which is a line of J Jill. And yeah, I love that brand a lot. Pure Jill joggers have an average sale price of $20.20 and a 31% sell-through rate. I aim for 25% when I'm out shopping. Clearly, I don't always get there, but that's not my only factor that I look for when I am sourcing. I think that sell-through rate and average sale price play a part, but I don't think that that's the only thing that's important, you know? Anyway, this sold for $14 plus shipping on eBay. Again, they paid too much for shipping, I think. I don't know. I think maybe sometimes the like calculated shipping goes a little nutso or something. I'm not really sure. I paid $24.80, so that's like $10 in shipping. I don't know. Anyway, I got these at the bins again. $2 cost of goods, so my profit is $12.74. That's why that's, you know, $14, and then my profit is $12.74. That doesn't make sense. It's because I made money on the shipping there. No, I don't really want to make money on the shipping. Just do sometimes, no. I have had these for 13 months, which is too long. But like I said, you can tell they're used, and probably one of those that I should have left due to condition, which would be another factor that I take into consideration when I am sourcing. All right. Yeah, so these eBay poly mailers come from eBay. I think I already said that, so I won't say it again. So there were 23 of us in a rental house while we were on vacation. I did not put my store on vacation mode. We left really early Saturday morning. I did ship Saturday morning. I had planned on recording it, but I actually ended up kind of sick in the middle of the night. And so my husband was like, just get what you need done and let's get in the car and go. We had a 10-hour drive. So that's what I did. And yeah, I did not put my store on vacation mode. I'll tell you what I did here in a minute. So this is a midi dress, kind of a novelty, you know, Hawaiian, beachy kind of style. The brand is Soft as a Grape. A grape. You can't make that stuff up. I didn't know grapes were soft, but okay. It's 100% cotton. It's made in the US. All these things that I really, really like. The average sale price is hard to guess. So I just looked up vintage novelty dress, and the average sale price was $30.31 and a 14% sell-through rate. sold for $20. It did take a year to sell, and I found this at the bins. I probably could have done better with keywords with it, just because I'm not super great at keywords, and I probably needed keywords to sell this. So I'm pretty sure I did use like Hawaiian and vacation and beach and that kind of stuff. But anyway, they paid a total of $30.10. I bought it at the bins again. Lots of bins items today, which is great because it keeps my cost of goods low. And my profit is $17.62. So what I did was I put my handling time on 4 days because I knew we were going to be back. Today's Thursday. They don't count the weekend as a day. So I knew I was going to be back in 3 days. So I put my handling time on 4 days. And that has seemed to work. I was really nervous every time something sold that maybe something had missed the handling time change. But it was okay. It did okay. All right, this is a swimming suit. Your sisters are making pancakes. These are the bottoms. She's going to.
They're in their rooms.
Okay. This is the top. So it's a tankini. The brand is Torrid. We already talked about Torrid being something that, a brand that I like. These skulls are a good thing in Torrid. Yeah, I know. So Torrid, I know. A Torrid tankini with skulls has an average sale price of $31.42 and an 85% sell-through rate. In simple math, that looks like 85 are sold and 15 are still listed. Crazy. So there's actually a little story here. So most of the solds are actually only the tops and not a full suit. And so I didn't want to list it for, $30 or $40. I ended up, there was only one other full suit and it was listed for like $65, I think. I listed mine for $45 and I ended up, somebody offered me $30 saying shipping was too high, which makes sense because shipping is whacked out this week. I'm not sure. But I was talking to my husband about it and I was like, I just, like the average sell price is over $30 and that's only for a top and I have the full thing. So I actually declined the offer, which I don't usually do. I actually unlisted it, relisted it for $50. And then I sent out 20% off offers. And so it sold for $39.97. So it sold for $40. Plus shipping, they did pay $48.97 on eBay. I did spend $7 on this. I just did, I think I just showed it in a thrift haul. I went to New York with my husband on a trip. I like to do that. I don't know if you can tell. But I've only had this listed for a week. I paid $7 for it in New York. We went more than a week ago. It was like a month ago. But by the time I got back and I had, there's a lot going on in June in my life. Anyway, my profit ends up being $28.43 and it sold fast. It says a week, but it really was probably 4 days. Okay. Oh, you know what? I gotta switch piles here. So I have some stuff on the floor. Is that funny? No. No, it's not funny. Okay. All right. So.
Loads of money.
Loads of money?
Yeah.
We'll see. I know you like to say cha-ching. All right. So I have some bras here. These are actually a lot of two. And of course there's fuzzies and stuff all over them. The sell-through rate is actually really good. So this is a Torrid, again, Torrid, a Torrid curve bra, and it does tell you, No, it doesn't. Some bras will say in the label like what the style is. This one does not. I'm trying to remember if Torrid does in general. Anyway, I just did padded no wire. I don't think I told you where I'm looking up this information. I look in the product research tool on eBay. So that's in the eBay seller hub. There is a tab across the top that says research. And then I just research products, or then in the pull down tab from that, it just says product research. And then there's a search bar. So in the search bar, I put Torrid curve bra, padded, no wire. Or wireless, maybe. So this actually has a really good sell-through rate. The average sell price is $15.38. The sell-through rate is 84%. Another, like, just really fantastic sell-through rate. I'm using just a, like, recycled box for this, just because that's what I have that they'll fit in. I try to put bras in boxes just to like protect the padding and the underwire and stuff like that. This I'm kind of squishing it to make it fit, so I don't know how protected it's gonna be. Anyway, these did take 2 months to sell. I lotted them together because they're not in the greatest condition. And hopefully I did state that, I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, they sold for $19.97 plus shipping, which again is high, $30.07. So they paid $10 in shipping. I paid $1 for them 2 months ago, 50 cents for each of them at my favorite thrift store. So making some money on that shipping, my profit ends up being $18.04 on these two bras, which I think is pretty fantastic. Yeah. Another bra. And this bra there's only one, so it is gonna go in my 8x6x4 box that I also get on eBay with my coupon. I kind of rotate getting coupons or not coupons, boxes and poly millers. This bra is similar. I actually wanted to throw I have a little sweater shaver, and sometimes when there's pilling like underneath the arms, I'll run just a sweater shaver over it real fast. Hopefully that's not too obnoxious of a noise for you. But this I did sell, not under. I thought this was gonna be under the sell-through rate, but it's not, because there is some damage to this, which again I'm hoping I'm usually pretty good about noting flaws and things. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Sometimes I get in a rush and I miss things and I'm just not perfect, you know? So anyway, this is Victoria's Secret bra. It's a lined demi, and the average sell price is $12.55 and 19% sell-through rate. I sold for $14.96. That's what I had it listed for. Yeah. Wait, I thought you already took one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna double check this one too. Oh, I really hope I didn't mess all these up. Okay. It sold for $18.62. I bought these again, or this again at the bins, so I averaged $1 as my cost of goods, and my profit is $10.54. Hopefully. Oh man. I buy silent tape. It's not completely silent, but I feel like it's been squeaky today. It's not usually very squeaky. I'm not really sure what else to talk about with that. Sometimes I put the labels on the bottoms or the backs or whatever, and I get asked about it a lot. I have no rhyme or reason to where I put my labels on the packages. I just put them on there. All right, last thing on the floor is this sweater. This might be the coolest sweater I've ever found. It's very cool. Hopefully I'll be able to show it to you well. It's kind of this like oversized, has a dolman sleeve. It has cable knit. It has these little bobbly things. It's wool and mohair. It's Sherpa lined. It's pretty cool. I don't know. There's a, hold on. I remember it. It's in the pocket. I was like, there's a label on this thing somewhere. All right, it's made in Taiwan, Gale Gold for Fox Run by LIFO Industries. Pretty cool. Yeah, so it is acrylic and wool mohair. It's pretty stinking cool. I listed this for $75 because I didn't know. There's no information really anywhere about it. Mohair like just looks like hair hanging off of it, so I feel like it has that quality, you know. I listed it for $75. It sold for $60 on Poshmark. I'm happy with it. It took 6 months to sell. I'm not really sure why it sold in July and not, you know, January when I listed it. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to shove it in this poly nailer. I have big poly nailers that I use for larger like sweaters and things, but I actually am just gonna put this in a box because it's sold on Poshmark, so I can put it into a priority number 7 box, which are the big ones. And I just ripped that. But I don't want it to get wet, although now it's a mess, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I just thought it would be easier to put in the box once it's in the poly nailer. So there we go. I am I don't know what the word is that I was looking for. Like, I'm not about it being perfect. I just want it to get there nicely, you know? So I'm thankful that this sold on Poshmark because it would have been kind of a bear to try and send. I would either have to find a recycled box that it would fit in, or I probably could have doubled up on that the big poly mailer and like done one from one end and one from the other. Yeah. All right, so when I have larger items like this that I find at the bins, which I found this at the bins, I do usually kind of guess more, you know, if it weighs 2 pounds, then I, you know, estimate that it cost me $4, which is what I did for this. So after fees, Poshmark fees, and my cost of goods, and my profit on this sweater is $44, which is, you know, love that. That's definitely the, like, one of the bigger items that I was talking about earlier on in the video when I said a couple items sold for more. That one, and then that Tord swimsuit that sold for $40. So this sold for full price on Poshmark, which like never happens. This is a Columbia raincoat. Columbia is not something that sells well for me in general, but I found this again at the bins in June. It took 14 days to sell by the time I listed it. The sell-through rate is actually pretty decent. So it's called Omni-Tech and it is waterproof. So I just did Columbia, rain jacket, waterproof, Omni-Tech. in that search, and it said that the average sale price is $19.96 and a 37% sell-through rate, which I think is great. Mine sold for $25, and that was my full price. I feel like that never happens on Poshmark. I don't know. So that's great. I spent $2 on it at the bins, and so my profit ends up being $18. Yeah, Columbia is one of those things. I think that there are some really good Columbia items, and like 37% sell-through rate is that's pretty good. I sold another Columbia rain jacket recently, and it was also green. So maybe the rain jackets are the way to go. They're definitely, if they're like down puffer jackets, those are good. Oh wait, helps if I put the label on it. That's always important. And $18 was my profit. I'm not sure if I said that or not. All right, this is vintage. So cute, little vintage corduroy overalls. These are Looney Tune characters. So Sylvester, Bugs Bunny has Tweeties down here on Sylvester's head. Wait a minute. Sorry, that's Daffy Duck. That's Sylvester. Anyway, I found these in New York, again, on a thrifting trip with my husband, and I paid $5 for them. There is like not really any comp information. Well, what I comped was overalls, vintage Looney Tune overalls for kids, and the average sale price was $13.33 and a 4% sell-through rate. I have recently made some major mistakes listing vintage overalls. Those were Oshkosh overalls, but I felt like I did my due diligence, and when I listed them, I listed them for $30, which is kind of my go-to vintage price of listing things. Like if something is vintage and I don't really know how to price it, I price it at $30. I don't know. Anyway, I got like an immediate $20 offer, and I was like, oh shoot, did I do it wrong again? So I just let it kind of go for a while, and I didn't counter, I didn't decline, I didn't accept. That was really loud, sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry if that is so loud. It's like a high-pitched squeal. It's like a legit tractor going down my alley. I live in a town. I don't know what's happening. I think my neighbors were doing some work on their lawn. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. He's going away now. I don't know what I was saying. My profit is $14.53. They paid a total of $31.60 with shipping. I ended up accepting the $20 offer after like waiting a day to see if somebody else would come in and buy it full price. That was kind of my thought, my theory on waiting. So it did take 2 weeks to sell. Wait a minute. Okay, so it wasn't an immediate offer. I don't know. I spent $5 on it. This I actually got at the exact same store as those, and this is a blazer by the brand Skies Are Blue. This actually has a really good sell-through rate. So Skies Are Blue blazers, new, and they're Stitch Fix. It's a Stitch Fix brand. Has an average sell price of $30.25 and 63% sell-through rate. So I found 2 of these at that same store in New York for $5 a piece, and I bought them both. There was a pink one. It sold last week for like $30, $35, right around in there. And then this one sold for $32 on Poshmark. It took less than 2 weeks to sell. My profit on it is $20.60. So I'm pleased with that. That New York trip, I actually got quite a few items that were high sell-through rate, and I feel like that helps because, you know, when people are actively looking for something and then they find yours and they buy it, you know, it's good. When you can, for me anyway, I feel like when I can sell things quickly, I'm really pleased with that. All right. I want to put a sticker on the ends of these. There is some controversy on whether or not you can add little priority mail stickers to priority envelopes. And the lady at my post office says that it's fine. So that's what I'm going with what she says. But I've been told differently in the comments of the video, so. These are a pair of jeans. I found, I'm being attacked. These are Wrangler jeans. So it just says Wrangler 20X Extreme Relaxed, or Extreme Relaxed. It's lower on the waist. These are 42-32s. They are, there were 3 pair of them, exactly the same, all brand new at my favorite thrift store. My favorite thrift store has a very low cost of goods. It was 50 cents that day for each of these pair of jeans. I just took one picture. Actually, I'm not even sure I did it. I think my daughter did. My daughter takes pictures for me sometimes. I do pay her. It's not slave labor, I promise. So anyway, I think I underpriced these actually, but I may have done that on purpose. So sometimes when I comp things in the store, it's better than when I get home. And I think that that was the case with these, because Wrangler is not a brand I buy without looking up for jeans, because I just don't know enough. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna put these in a box because I don't think they're gonna fit in that envelope. So the average sale price for these Wrangler 20X jeans that are new, the average sale price is $35.48, but the sell-through rate is only 19%, which is okay. I mean, it's pretty low. And so sometimes when I am, when I have something that has a low sell-through rate, I will price on the lower end of comps, hoping that they'll fit fine. I know when I listed it, I looked based on other jeans that were in this exact price, or not price, size, and like, I don't undercut, but I list at the exact same price as whatever the lowest one is generally. That's kind of my theory of it, I guess. Anyway, these sold for $24 on Poshmark. So I think I had them listed at $30, and then there was a like 20% off coupon, not coupon, offer that was sent, which would be $24. So I spent 50 cents on them, which is gonna make my profit $18.70. You know, that already has even paid for the other 2 that I bought that are still waiting to be sold, right? And I don't even have to do anything now for those 2 to sell. Like, I just have to wait because I've already taken a picture. I love multi-quantity listings. It just makes it so easy. Did I tell you all the information on that? I think so. All right, another linen item. We're getting real close to the end here. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you've made it this far, make sure you like the video. And also do like a little yay celebration emoji. Those make me happy. This is the brand Cactus. This is a linen shirt. I mean, that's really all there is to it. This brand doesn't have a crazy good sell-through rate. I thought it was like one of those There's a couple like Lag and Look brands that'll have linen items that, you know, you're like, it's just like a really plain t-shirt and it sells for like $70 or something stupid like that. When I say stupid, I mean amazing because I would love to find that. But this was not the case. The average sale price for a cactus linen top is $15.63 and a 29% sell-through rate. I did find a pair of pants in this brand too that sold pretty quickly. This did take 2 months to sell and it sold for $15, which was right on average, plus shipping. So they paid $20.90. See, that's more accurate for the, I don't know. I think it might have something to do with the weight, because the ones that were like expensive, overpriced shipping, the weight was more than 2 pounds. Or not more than 2 pounds, it was more than a pound. So I had to put the 2 pound label on it. I don't know. Anyway, I paid $1 at a little thrift store that just has a low cost of goods. It's quickly becoming my favorite thrift store and not taking over my favorite thrift store to be my new favorite thrift store. $12.43 is the profit on that. All right, these have a funny story, but they're not that exciting. These are just a pair of like Under Armour pants for kids. They are new with tags. I got these at the bins. There was a guy, I had a jacket that was like a vintage Nike windbreaker, and I was kind of mulling it over. The comps didn't look great. I don't really know how to sell all that kind of stuff. And I had like stuck it in my cart to think about it, and a guy came over and was like, do you still have that Nike jacket? And I was like, yeah. He was like, could I have it? And I was like, sure, I don't care. So I gave it to him, and he ended up being really nice. And I asked him a couple questions later on in the day, but he gave me these pants. He was like, would you want to trade for these? And I was like, sure. I knew they wouldn't sell for a lot of money, but I knew I could make a little bit of profit on them, and I did. So the average sale price for new Under Armour pants in a youth size is $20.74. But only a 15% sell-through rate. So I did price these pretty low. They paid $12.96 for them plus shipping. So they paid a total of $17.92, and I have a $2 cost of goods at the bins. So my profit is $7.83. And a brand new pair of Under Armour pants got saved from the landfill. So one of my favorite things about reselling. Okay, we've made it. Last item. This is a pair of pull-on pants. They are wide leg. They are a linen blend. And the brand is Lane Bryant. And this is one of my favorite, you know, bread and butter brands I started talking about at the beginning and then didn't get very far with. Honestly, if these were my size, I would have kept them. Although I have a pair of linen wide leg black pants, so I probably don't need another one. Anyway, Lane Bryant is one of my bread and butter plus size brands. I really like plus size brands. They have an average sale price of $14.85 and a 32% sell-through rate. I priced these at $24.96 and they sold for that. Plus shipping, so they paid $31.32, and I bought them at the bins. Again, they took about 6 weeks to sell. My profit is $18.78. I'm not sure I ever finished. Why does these keep breaking? Okay, I think I'm gonna get another one of my larger poly mailers to put that in, because this I'm gonna have to shove in and they are like breaking for some reason. They don't usually, so. I'm not sure I finished talking about, no, I did. I said how I put my store on just the longer handling time. That seems to work better for me. I've experimented with it. I did turn my store on vacation mode. I think the last trip we took. This hopefully is the last trip for a while. We'll see. Sometimes we get a little, you need to go camping or something and got to get out of Dodge. So we'll do that. But I sold a total of 21 items while I was gone. My profit is $367.37. That averages out to 4 items per day and $73.47 in profit per day, which is right on target for, you know, me to make $2,000 a month, considering my handling fee was high, or my handling time was high. My shipping has been high. It's July and everyone is slow right now. I wasn't doing much. I wasn't listing much. I wasn't doing much. I'm really, really satisfied with that. I need a sip of water, and I encourage you to take one too. Stay hydrated. Anyway, that's all. That's all I've got. I am done. I'm gonna check on those 2 things that I might need to refund and not be super happy about. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon.